Market knowledge really matters, and this is a great conversation for any local real estate agent. Let's say that you're in a position that you're going to go after a brand new marketplace. You're going to need to know everything about that area. Let's start off with all of the basics. What are the local schools, the local universities? What about transport? Is it cars, buses, ferries, trains? Or do people just drive or ride scooters in that local area? Then we come down to the local council areas. Then we start the conversation around what are all the things that you can do in terms of density. Can you build up? Can you build out? Can you actually put multiple properties on that property or not? What are the zoning restrictions and what's the minimum size frontage or ultimately the amount of square meterage that you'd need in order to be able to go and build an additional property on that particular site? This then leads you into additional conversations around what has been the highest sale price, the lowest sale price, the average sale price, and what are the price impactors, like for example, exposure to golf courses or waterways that ultimately might drive a higher price in that particular area than maybe the other side of the street. Then you then start to think about, okay, what are the specific things that are actually really going on in this particular marketplace? Is there lots and lots of demand for 4-bedroom homes, but there's no demand for 1-bedroom studios? Are we ultimately seeing that there are good builders and bad builders? Are there buildings that naturally everyone wants to buy in, and are there other buildings that they literally want to stay away from because they're afraid of the quality of the construction? Then you then start to think, okay, what are the last 20 sales in that market area? Can you actually drive to every single one of those sales to actually understand about where the locations are and what price points they're actually making? What's the highest sale price that your firm has sold? What's the lowest sale price in your firm? And ultimately, what's the total number of transactions that your business has actually done over the history of the career? Now, this market knowledge is so incredibly important because it then allows you to drive better quality conversations with sellers. Then what you've then got to start to do is to really track what's actually happening in your market. And that's about having a look at the total number of properties that are available for sale right now that are less than 30 days, 30 to 60 days, 60 to 90 days, and over 90 days on market. And that will give you a bit of a feeling about how efficient that market is in terms of clearing those particular listings. Now, this is really important because it will give you an idea about what's actually happening to market prices. Naturally, if there's lots of new properties that are coming on and then they're not selling, then that's a real issue around what we're doing in terms of buy work. But if there's lots of properties that are actually selling in a very quick period of time, then that goes to show that ultimately the sales methodology is really important so you don't bruise buyers in that negotiation experience. Market knowledge is something that's earned over a period of time, and it's really up to you to make sure that you understand everything that's going on in your market so that you can be more dynamic more often. That actually allows you to be better with sellers, better with buyers, better with buyer sellers, and ultimately to know what to do next to be able to get more listings more often.